Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for joining in on this stream. What we're going to be doing today is continuing, sorry, gotta get my chair up. We're going to be working on a client site that I started working on last week. So we'll continue doing that, going down through a checklist that I've got, which you guys have seen. Oh, well, it's not on my screen right now, but we have a whole slew of things that I want to do for this client site. So working through that and just making sure that we get everything that we need done for this one. So on the last one, we did redo how we did pagination for like the main collection. So I think that was like really the main thing that we accomplished. It's a good thing to accomplish, but I started getting really caught up in some other lower priority tasks. So I'm going to really focus in on the things that I think matter the most. And really, I have them in priority order. So why don't we just take a look at the, oh, that's the wrong screen. Well, let me fix that real quick, but you guys are going to have to watch it. Ooh. Okay. Wrong screen. There's the right screen. So that was fun. It happens, but yep, here we are. This is the right screen. This is our order. So there's a bug that I have where what I do is, we can move this away now. What I like to have is when the path name contains like the slug, that the nav item is highlighted. So for example, with our messages page here, it's now highlighted, and that's going to be true for anything that I click into. And so here you can see that that's still highlighted because messages is in the slug. The problem though is that give is also in the slug of this, which means that our donate page, which is /give, becomes unclickable. So I'm no longer able to, I just realized that my face is also facing the wrong way. Let me fix that too. All right, there we go. Flipped the other way now. So the problem though is that so we have /give, which puts us here at this page, which makes this no longer selectable. So that shouldn't be the case here. So I need to take a look in our nav. Somehow, here it is. All right, so we have our nav, which is probably going to be in our, so it's going to be in a client component, so it won't be in this one for sure. So let's go, I think it's nav item. I don't need all of this here. Need a little bit though. All right, so all of this is really gross because I didn't generate types correctly, but that's my fault. And I wonder if this should be redone. So yeah, why don't we redo our nav maybe? I mean, this is like the most spaghetti code that I have ever written. So I can push this down too. Don't need all of that. But for right now, let's see. So if link type is internal, we want path name. All right, so we can tell which one's internal, which one's external because we have blank included in it. So div. All right, so this is an internal link, and so is this. All right, so that means here, so first we need to do, so path name includes this. If it does, we can do undefined. Otherwise, we'll check path name includes. So let's see if this works. Yep, I can now click on this. And now I can't click on this anymore here. So this should also work for anything else that has give in it. And that's true. Perfect. Great. So all of that works exactly like I want it to. So we can come back to our to-do list and we can fix the bug. We fixed the bug there. So the remove sidebar for messages, what I did here for whatever reason is in the messages, we have our sidebar, and the sidebar, I gave it a sidebar group. So if we look at the API here, we can see that we have sidebar. So the problem that we're going to run into though is if we remove sidebar, we're going to remove that column from our table. And so when that happens, it won't do anything for our development server here, but whatever I end up doing, I need to do for production as well. And I just foresee this breaking a lot of stuff, so that makes me nervous. But we can see what it's going to take. In fact, let's do this a little bit differently here. Because what we're doing is we're getting a little bit far away from our main commit. So if I do commit, this is fix nav, and then I don't need to push that, but I can go back to our main, check this out, and then merge refactor into main. Perfect, so that shouldn't have any complications there. But now I can do our git checkout branch, and we're going to try to remove sidebar. Now, of course, no matter what I do, it's going to affect my Mongo database, but in this case, it's a local instance, so it's not going to break anything in production. But with this, I'm able to not accidentally send this straight to production, but I'll be able to test it using Vercel. So the thing that we need to do is in our message config, so messages, config, then come in here, dealing with a little bit of a head cold. All right, so we have our, well, this message link shouldn't matter anymore. Oh, I need to do start pm dev. Okay, so now, message link, oh, it's hidden now. Okay, perfect. So what have we got going on? So I have this weird sidebar addition, I guess, that I don't know why I did it like this. I also don't have a field to use. I don't think I have any overrides, but regardless, here we go. All right. So the first thing we need to do in our message config is add these as a group. So, well, not even as a group. So if we go to PayloadCMS, we can go to our presentational fields. So I want to see what's available for organizing things. Don't really want collapsible. Don't want rows, don't need tabs. Don't need UI. Okay, so really, I don't even need a title for this. I also don't need it to be a group. So I think we're okay to just do something like we'll want to have a type of, oh, better idea. Instead of all of that, we can take our sidebar group here and remove all of that, as well as this. Oh, this. Perfect. Okay. And so now, if I hit this, we'll see these show up. Not in the sidebar though. They show up down here at the bottom. We have our show length, status, and then the actual length field down there. So now what we want to do is have each of these show up in the sidebar. Okay. Well, dang. Okay, so admin. Now I can add our position sidebar to all of these to then show up below our sidebar. And now we need to somehow get the sidebar data here into our new fields. And so we can do that in our on init in our payload config. Oh, I'm doing this in the main branch right now. Why didn't that checkout work? I think it's because well, let's start it now. So we can do git commit start new sidebar. Now I can do git checkout b remove sidebar. I did it again. There we go. So now we will go to our payload config. And then down here and on init, we don't need to check this anymore because we have our existing user. But what we can do with this is I have to think about this again because I don't think there's payload await payload update, because I think this is only update by collection messages. Well, I guess I could do it this way. So I could do where. The problem though is that these fields are not all going to be the same. So I don't think this is going to work like I want it to. So like where show length equals true, yes, I can write that. But what I need to do is get it to write unique data per field per message page. And the only way I really know how to do that is through like looping through all of them, which I suppose we could do. So instead of all of this, let's just comment that out and we can go to our messages. page here. Okay, so then right now we don't get all pages. Pages is all pages, but I can, so I can do const all pages await payload.find, and then I can do collection messages limit 0 page. Oh wait, there is going to be no page. I'm not going to have a category lookup or anything. I also don't need a sort. So now what we can do is well, I don't want to do this either, because if I put this into production, that's going to run every time unless I go back in and just remove it right away. I can build twice. That won't be the end of the world. But this might be something that I wonder if an endpoint might do this better. PayloadCMS endpoints. Top of payload config collection. Perspective of the API and slugs you have configured. Yeah, I don't think I know enough about endpoints to do this, so I think I'm going to leave this one alone. This is going to be a bit of a more difficult subject to tackle. So let me put this a little bit lower. It's not something that, it's more like a quality of life kind of thing, but it really doesn't hurt anybody. Here we go. All right, next. I don't think I need to do this right now. So what I'm thinking with this is there's the partial pre-rendering that you can do in NextJS, and I want some sites or some pages to be static for everything except for something like specifically this page, like all of these here. First, I can go back to our main checkout. And then I can go back to our messages config pages and get rid of these here. So not an ideal way to do what I'm trying to do, but what can you do? All right, let's go ahead and wrap that. So with this page specifically, or this type of page, this template, whatever you want to call it, I want to be able to have everything specific to this one message static, and then everything over here to be dynamic. So that's something that I think I can do using partial pre-rendering, but again, that's going to be a little bit too much to handle here. But also revalidate tag might come in handy. So again, just not something that I'm very familiar with NextJS, so I'll come back to that as well. I also don't really like how this page is laid out anymore, but we'll see if I have that added. So I did some more research on this index now. I was a little bit hesitant to do this on a live stream, but then after the research, it's going to be completely fine to do this. So I am just going to generate a nice little terminal, I guess here. So this is going to be a new text file in my root, which will be source. It's going to be a new text file called this.txt. So I want to go to index now. So documentation. And what this is going to do is allow me to instantly index all of my, or like anytime a new page is created or updated, this will automatically send that to a bunch of search engines, specifically like it's Bing mostly, but it also has others that are participating in it. So let's see. Yeah, we have Bing. I don't know what this is. Index Now is apparently a search engine. Yandex. Yep. Seznam. Regardless, this I can use to just get things instantly indexed. And Bing search is what's used for ChatGPT search. So I'm able to get in front of that instantly, or mostly instantly. So what we do is first verifying ownership. So we already did our first step here where we have yourkey.txt, which is that right there, and then contain the key txt right there. So perfect. Now we want to use this, and I'm going to put this in my environment variable, not because it is something that is private, but because I want to be able to use it elsewhere. So now, I guess index now key. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. This is back. So we're going to go into our message hook, and we can either do revalidate message. Oops. Why is this so spaced out and gross? Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, so let's get that right, and then wrap. Perfect. So this will happen after change. So I think this can just handle everything as well, because we want it to be done when published as well. So next step then, documentation. We're submitting one URL. Okay, let's do this. So in our message config, we're gonna go hooks, and then after change again, we are going to do an async function, which will await a fetch, and we're going to, I know method is gonna be post. And then the URL is going to be here. Let's do it this way. So we're going to have our domain, which do I have get server side URL? I do. And so we'll want this to only show up on process.env.node environment is equal to production. And if that's true, I guess I can do this down here. So we've got our domain. Domain, and then we need our constant index now key, index now key, and then our URL. Okay, so and this isn't even the right domain that I'm looking for. So I want this to be FAQ. This should be HTTPS API indexnow.org, and the good thing is you can just send this to one and it'll send it to all of them. Okay, and then URL changed. And the key is our index now key. All right, so now we can fetch, I guess I can change this to URL. But the thing is, URL needs to be the URL of this message, which that logic is already done in our revalidate message. So let's go back to that. I think my computer's being real loud. Let's see, not terminal. I want to see activity monitor. Let's move that. Nope, not that. Oh well. Okay, so let's move on. So this is going to give us our path, which is fine. So revalidate path is there. Then what we can do is, this says series. Okay, so I guess this would be where I do this. So we can then do all of our constants up here. Yeah, I don't need to do async because it's already async. Dang. Get you all back together. Okay. And then our URL actually needs to come down here because our URL changed, which is what I'm trying to do, needs to be, instead of URL changed, obviously, it'll be get server side URL. And then path, I think, comes through as like a regular. So we're gonna have to log our URL, and this won't send because it's only gonna be done in production. It won't send to index now, but I can log the URL. After we do that, refresh, reload. Okay. But why? What is this? Oh. Okay, so now page. Oh, here we go. Okay, so everything here should be right. Let's go pnpm dev and try that again. And I want to make sure that I'm doing this part right. All right, so to submit one URL, I just use an HTTP request, which is what I did with the fetch, and that's done. So now we refresh just to make sure this still works. And then after change, we hit save and index now, HTTP localhost. Okay, perfect. All right, so that should work. Now we can do the same thing in our other, we have, oh, adapter is something else. We have this also for our pages and for our series. So in here we have revalidate series, which is going to take the same thing here. And then I need the index now key. Oh, and then I need to do the fetch, right. Okay. Oh, this isn't async. It's about to be. Async. Okay, so now all of that is good. And then lastly, we'll do this for the pages. Pages config. Got revalidate page. Hit it there. Validate message. Index now key. There we go. Oh, this also isn't async. Now it is. Okay. So our index now should be good. If we bring back over our to-do list here, we did accounted for localhost because it's not going to try and index the site. We have now used an after change hook, which we just used our revalidate hook anyway. So we're done with this one. So here in events, we have a couple issues. So let's go back to, let's first make sure, because I've done this a couple of times where an error that is unexpected pops up. So I'm gonna just series, check one thing. All right. Cool. So now we can go to events, and then we have this here. Let's see what happens. So the date, we need it to be today's date. Otherwise we won't be able to see it. I guess we'll do tomorrow's date. May 1st. Hit save. So now if we go to our events, okay. Doesn't seem to be an issue here or here. When date is the same, show only one date. It is though. Here, choose from existing. So it's fine there. It's fine there. If I go home page, it's fine here. So where is this happening? Okay, so I don't actually know what this is trying to say. When date is the same, show only one date. So if I go back to our... Maybe I already fixed this. Let's see, include time just in case. Okay, that's right. That's right. And that's right. Okay. So I guess I'll keep an eye out on this one, but I think that's done. One thing though is if events are at the same time and date, so if we go back here and duplicate this, something went wrong. Okay, so this will just be a test. Start date is May 1st at 6 p.m. End date May 1st at 6:30 p.m. And then we'll just choose a different one. Hit save. We can go to this page, and now if I click next, it's going to keep just cycling through all of these because they're the same date and time. So what I want to figure out is how to potentially do a secondary sort of, let's see, where's my, oh, it's going to be events, but like going here, like it's fine, obviously, and then even here, like we're okay. Problem though is that I can just keep going beyond and beyond. So I wonder, back to our events slug, which is where we are. If we query the event, we'll want to sort by, I guess, start date. Oh, so I have it so I can change the sort as well. All right, so here we have our up next and previous. Slug. So start date greater than equal. Start date maybe less than. Okay, so that part worked. I do next event, but it just doesn't have a previous. Okay, so not quite what we're looking for. So I wonder if we can actually sort by, instead of start date, what if we sorted by created at? Well, no, that's not going to work. It needs to be start date. Or could it be end date? Well, either way, like that's the same. So previous query. So let's talk this out a little bit. We have our up next query, which is going to take a start date that is greater than or equal to the event's start date. And it's also going to be greater than today's date. Otherwise, it's obviously in the past. But we don't want it to be equal to the current slug. So that makes all of the sense. So if we do up next where it's greater than the event start date, that's fine. But if it's the same start date and time, then that's going to be an issue. So I think then we might want to, let's try sorting by updated at here. Okay. That's not working either. Okay. Let's make sure that that's actually correct. I'm gonna go back to the very beginning. All right, so that works. Now we're looking for not the location information. Okay, yep. So updated at and created at. I mean, I can do created at, and then maybe so this just endlessly cycles between these two. And the real problem is that it's only going to cycle between two. Like, it's not going to just keep cycling through all of the events. So it'll get here and it'll get stuck, which is not what we want. So that's clearly not going to work. Start date. Okay. So for events that are the same date and time, how do we handle that? The real mysteries of coding. I don't know how to do this, honestly. So, oh, well, let's ask our friend. Do I have a log? I don't have this one logged in. 1 second. No, I don't have him logged in here either. Okay, here's our best friend. All right, I want, how do I ask this question? How can I I have two events in my CMS at the same date and time. How can I formulate a query to make sure that my next and previous buttons don't just cycle between the two events? Secondary sort criterion, duh, but can I do that in PayloadCMS? I don't think I can. Sort local API. Oh, LOL. Okay, so definitely overthinking this, I think. So we want to sort. I didn't know I could actually do this. This is, yeah. So let's see. Oh, I need to make sure that sort down here can take an array of strings. That's not even how that's done. Why would it even let me type like that? Okay. So now we have, oh, that's previous. So now we can do sort by start date created at. And this is why I do these live streams, so I can learn how to do these things. And so I can just embarrass myself on YouTube. Love that. All right, so this is clearly not working. Oh, lost my camera. Hold on a second. It says no signal. Please hold. I guess it decided just to shut off. All right, I'm back. All right, so we're then looking at our up next query. So if it's up next, we want the, I don't know, let's say our created at is less than my event created at. Next, previous. All right, so that worked there. Fine, cool. Okay, not cool. So then I want created at to be greater than. All right, previous, next, previous, next. Cool. Now, if I go to our events and we add another one, let's duplicate. I can't duplicate for some reason. That's fine. Not worried about it. Test 2. It's going to be also on May 1st at 6 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. I hit save. Now we have 3 events. Test 2. So now I'm stuck again. Oof. All right, so we can go to our test2 event. If we go to events, we have all of them here. If I start here, let's switch these. If I have, dang it. I guess less than equal. All right, so we have our next event. Great. Our next event should be test 2. Great. Previous event should be regular test. Yes. International dinner. Perfect. So now we can then create a new that's just going to be completely different. Sure, my name. This one will be on May 3rd ends at 7:30 p.m. Sure. Okay. So our events here, we have a next event, a next event, a next event. Previous should be test 2, test, international dinners. Perfect. So, and since that was all in a development database, I don't have to worry about that going to production. So all of that is good there. I have a Google Business Profile API task that I want to take care of. My camera just shut off again. All right. I thought nice fancy camera would be helpful. Nice fancy camera has not been helpful. Just 1 second. I'm just getting my camera back up and running. I'm going to use the old camera I used to use, which is actually just my phone, because it's working way better. I mean, to be fair, it's really hot in this room right now because I don't think the AC is working in it. So I think stuff is just a little overworked. And I get that. I too am a little overworked. But that's all right. We get through it. So we have our face camera, and I can do my phone camera. And there I am again. All right. A little bright, but that works. Okay. I'm back. Hopefully for good this time. I really don't know what's going on with the camera, though. It's not hot or anything. Okay. Let's see. I probably have time for one more, unless it's super easy. Oh. Well, I'm glad I saw this. So what if I did something like, so git commit fix event sorting, and then git checkout B, and then this will be sidebar change. All right, so what I can do is come over to our, just to try it here, messages config. We should have, hopefully let's get rid of all of this and then bring back in our sidebar, which I don't think it will, honestly. Oh, there it is, perfect. So what I can do is use a hook. I would probably let's just do it in, we can do a before validate. And then here, I should be able to do an async. I don't know if I have data though. I don't have data. Let's make sure of that first. Async. I do have data, perfect. All right, so then I can do if data. We can then, I'm thinking of this in a field, but what I could do is do something like, what is it? Data dot checkbox set equal to data dot sidebar dot checkbox. And then I would do this as well with, oh, it's not even checkbox, it's show length, length, and status. Let's see what this does. Not what I wanted, but that's fine because I can then just do this and then this. So now what'll happen is if I run pnpm dev, I should be able to go back to our messages. I hope, okay. Messages, and then if I open this up, there we go, there's that. 8, so show length. I think I have to then resave this. Hit save, and there's that. Perfect, so then I just need a field to update everything without writing new data. But I could, can I do before read? I don't think I get data though. What do I get in? I get doc. What else? Collection content. Doc. So I think doc's gonna give me what I want though. So that I can do, and I'm gonna log the doc just in case. But what this should do, yes, perfect, is now if I go back to our messages, I don't want this, but I should be able to just do now status. Well, that's easy. Do length. This one has no length. A couple have no length. But I don't think that's going to be right. I guess maybe it is right. So if I go back to our messages, yep, there are a couple that just don't have length. Okay, but they should, so let's go to the actual website here for a second. I'll eventually get search on this as well. Oh, right. Yeah, why doesn't this one have a length? But at least it fails gracefully. All right, if doc, and then I can do doc sidebar. So this can be false, can be empty string. This one can be published. Okay. Great. So that works perfectly, wonderfully well. All right. Oh. Sorry, I'm just seeing all these chats. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to your site launch. Connected with key. Oh, you did a lot with this. It's a little bit beyond what I know how to do. So, or oh yeah, you did a lot. Stripe with subscriptions and all that. So that's not even something that I've done quite yet. So looking forward to that. Make sure that you share it with me once it's done and live. I'm happy to take a look at it as well. All right, so that one was pretty easy. And oh, so the problem that I'll run into though is this sidebar. So if I go to our anything in our message, really, we'll see in the page here that this has sidebar status. So what I would do is this wrapping, it's good enough if it's not. So yeah, let's go ahead and try this, because what's going to happen is this is just going to go to a preview branch, so I'm okay with that. So let's find anything with sidebar in it. Sidebar. Okay, sidebar status. Perfect. Okay, so that's all for that. And then I've got my route here. No sidebar. All right, now sidebar. No, I guess I didn't use this a whole lot. Not like I thought I did. All right, so if I do sidebar, and then so I think this is just for events. We could do, hold on, so where collection messages, featured message. All right, so find anything. There's a lot. Okay. So I wonder, sidebar. Okay, so I'll need to do it for events as well. And then let's go ahead and do that now then. So let's come down to our, what's happening here? Okay, all good. Okay, so we'll go to our messages config. We'll go ahead and get rid of sidebar in a second. Nope. And then we can go to our what am I looking for? Okay, so let's check in series. Is there a sidebar? No, so I did that like a normal person. What about for pages? Also did this like a normal person. And then we have events up here, which I don't think I did as a normal person. I did not. Okay. So we do that, and then in our, where's our messages config? Here, before read. Go to our events config before read. Perfect. So all of this should be good as well, and I don't think I need check, or I don't need to show length or anything. I just need, because I have all of this elsewhere, so I have like the length and all of that. So I don't think I need that. I will keep status though. Okay, so now, all right, let's go ahead and break stuff. I've got a couple minutes. Sidebar. Oh, I think I already got rid of that. Okay, so sidebar, and then same thing here. Oh, it's pages. Messages config. Sidebar. There we go. All right, so we get rid of that. I know this is gonna break stuff, and that is okay. Excuse me, I'm still getting over a bit of a head cold, so that is not fun, but here we are. All right, so we've got our sidebar. Okay, get rid of that. Oh wait, sidebar all together. Great. Okay, all of that's good. Okay, I know this is broken. Sitemap, we just need status. And really, I should be just doing our draft status, but I'm doing a video soon on how to do scheduling. So I'm waiting for that before I actually do anything with it. Let's come back to that in a second. Slug. Okay, perfect. So in here, does this have any usage now? I think it's just imports now, config, and then albums and songs, perfect. Which I don't use in this project. Okay, so no sidebar functionality or words. So if I go to events now, test. Now if I want to create a new message, that works. I can also create a new event with no problems. And then down here, I can click on events. Can go to our media page. All right, let's give this a good preview then. So git commit. What do I call this git commit? Sidebar change. And we'll do test. So we can then try and push this. Yep, so we will push this to this project. And then let's see if this just logs me in. It does not, so where's my Vercel? Should be here. All right, got a preview building. And then let's come to okay, so we'll let that build for a moment and see what we can get going, because what I'm worried about is once this goes through the main database, which now that I'm thinking about it, this may still break things. We'll hope not though. Let me see if I can open up our MongoDB. Connect. And of course, no, I'm not going to show you the Compass version of this because I don't want anything to sneak through. So ideally, the sidebar object is still going to be there, even though I deleted it from the deleted it from the config. It should still show up with no problem. But we'll see here in a second. So we're letting this build. Oh, an error. That's a problem. What's the error? Property sidebar does not exist on type message. Well, so types should have been generated, but so let's then do, oh, geez, okay. So we have our sidebar dot. All right, so we'll start with this. There's more. Oh, album still has it. Message does not. Song still has it. Album does. Okay, message. I wonder if it's just going to be easier to type message. Okay. Oh wait, song still has it. Time required. I don't think I need the question mark for all of that. All right, message, message. Oh, song still has it. This is events, so we don't have that anymore. That's the hook, hook, hook. Okay. Okay. All right, so now that part's done. Now we can go back and add album, song, song, data. Oh, this is perfect. All right, so let's try that again. Git commit, remove sidebar. Code. All right, so we can let that build once more. Get a sip of water. Oh, I should probably start it. Now I'll get a sip of water. And of course, now I get an email saying that it failed. I know. I learned that. All right. And now we wait some more. Building, building. I guess I can watch this build. No, I can't. Okay. So we wait. All right. So while we wait for that, though, if all of this works, I don't need a script. Oh, not looking at the right thing right now. I should be able to get rid of the sidebar. This is a different thing altogether, but it is similar. That I'd like to get rid of or change the I can't open it now because I can run dev. I have in especially our messages collection. Excuse me. As soon as it loads up, we've got these here, and I've got this meta group here. Either I can just rename it or just do something else with it. I don't actually know what I want to do yet, so I won't try to do anything with that right now. So okay, is this built yet? That was wrong. All right, yes, it is built. So now if I come here, I get this one. So all right, that all works. All right, so promising. Then if I do, whoops. Instead of all of this, we can go to our admin. And while that's loading, I'm gonna try and reload. My compass, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything, so not worried about that. Don't remember. What my password is for this. Oh, okay. I do remember what my password is for this. All right, so now if we go to our messages, that should load everything up. And if I click on this, we now have a new sidebar. So this should still have the old sidebar though, just in case anything does break. Yep, so the old sidebar is there, but it's no longer an extra like thing. I don't need to worry about it. Perfect. Cool. Love that. That made it really easy. So do I want to change the metas group name? Yes, I do. But changing its name, oh, I can change its label. So if what I do then is so not sidebar, I can actually get rid of this. I'll keep it for now. All right, so in messages config, we won't rename our groups here, but I could just change this label. So this one is for the media. I would rather this be audio and video links. And then here, instead of just name being meta, I can just do, instead of audio, not message info. So now that makes way more sense. Message info, audio and video links, featured image. Perfect. So one last thing I want to do is, I keep saying one last thing. You guys know how it is. Let's see here. So in my message, I have a custom component that is a clickable link, and I want to just add a bit of padding below it. I don't think I have a class name or anything in it. So I'll add that real quick. So here we'll do a new style sheet index.module, and then I'm just going to do link container, and I just want a margin top of we'll do a margin of one rem auto. And then here we can import classes from index.module, and then in the span, do I even use this URL? That's unused code right there. All right. And then here we'll return span, which is going to have a class name of our classes.link container. Why didn't that work? So, can I do padding? One rem? Interesting. So it's still not letting me. Well, try just one more time. I wonder if it's because display. Yeah, it's just not display block. Display block. That's all. Let's do 2 rem. Give it plenty of space. I mean, I could even do something like padding of 1 rem, and then we'll do, oh wait, yeah. Then 0.25 rem. And then we can do a border of our brand dark blue, and we can do border radius. I don't know what this is, so we don't need a variable. We can just do 10 pixels. Well, none of that worked. I wonder if the variable can't be red. Yep, that was it. All right, and so margin, no. Yep, so that's gonna look pretty ugly. But anyway, so all that is possible, but that's all I really want to do. Cool. So that was not on the to-do list, was it? Oh, this was though. All right, and so for anything else, is there anything else I wanted to move data around for? Because I don't think so. What I'd really like to do is make everything type safe. So there's going to be a lot of refactoring that I want to do. So I'm going to write that down. Refactor all pages using correct types from PayloadCMS. And so what I'm going to do next is first just reorganize everything. Okay, so just getting some stuff out of the way. That way I can stay organized. get rid of all of these. And so I will also include this down here, just to make it easier to stay on top of what I've done for each collection. Okay, this is messing with me. All right, so all of that's done. I have more to do there. All right, so there's one other thing I want to do. Again, you guys know me by now. One more thing always really doesn't mean one more thing. Okay. All right, so one thing is in this email. So when a new email or when a new message is created, I send an email to me and one other person. So I want to make sure that that person also gets an email every time. So let's see here. Then I can do, so let's say speakers dot includes. I can do this email address here. I guess these aren't private anyway. Oh well. So speakers includes that question mark speakers dot push I think that should be it. I guess we'll find out. Oh wait, so does not include. Okay. So what this should be doing is, so regardless, this is going to send an email to me, but I also want, if the speaker is not this person, to also push them to the speakers array. And that should be it. All right, to use speakers. Great. You can now watch or listen to at, oh, okay. Whatever, it's just trying, the battle goes. It's a long battle. Yeah, right now it's this project I've just kind of let go by the wayside a little bit. So that's why I've been taking these last couple of streams to get caught up on this whole slew of tasks you can see over here. So things are coming along, but it is, as you get, you know, slow yet steady. All right, so I think this might be a good place to stop. I'm trying to think of what else needs to be done. Oh, before I stop. So we're going to commit, add to all messages. And then, oh, we're not going to commit from here though. We're going to come back to our main. So we want to make sure that we don't break anything. Check out. And then we're going to get, oh wait, wrong. We're then going to merge our sidebar change. I'm going to merge that into main. No issues. Git commit. Sidebar removed. Emails changed. All right, let's see what happens. We're gonna push that. That was a lot of commits, and I think some of them already got pushed, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But we'll see here in a second. All right, where then is Vercel? It's right there. So we should now be building here. Oh, I'm so nervous about this. It's always nerve-wracking going to production. So this may take like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to build. So let's see what else we have. I mean, I'm not going to start anything new, but I do want to be able to refactor all not pages routes using the correct types from PayloadCMS in our collection configs. I would like to see if I can rename our media using like our Slugify, I guess that's the best way to call it, utility function. I'm not sure if that's actually possible because if we go to our media config, like name isn't included, or I guess title is, but file name is probably what I'm trying to actually change. So now we're in the generating. Okay, so if we go to this admin page, then we go into our, what am I looking for again? Oh, media. So into our media, we can see that our file names typically have spaces. So I'd like to, though, have it not. But I guess we can actually test this out real quick while we're building. And it looks like that's, okay, so it's already built. We'll give that a second to catch up and cache up. But if we go here, we should be able to do so outside of fields, we want to do a hook. It's not worth trying to do all this. So let's just go to our website. Which just loads. That's perfect. We can go to our messages. We can open them. We can go previous and next. We can go to old ones. Perfect. Just to make sure. Oh, I also changed. If I go here, give, that's fixed now. Events. I don't see, oh, this is what I'm talking about. Why do I see this twice? May 20, okay. And same thing there. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Let's go back to our Obsidian note because I see this again. So we will cut that and get it back up into our events. I don't know why this didn't happen in development though. I wonder, because this one is the same. So let's go to our admin real quick. There's all my email addresses. All right, so if I go to our events, the difference between, we have this one, which has a start and end date, and this one, start, end. There is no difference. So weird. All right, so this is going to be, again, something for maybe next week. All right, so let's just make sure, though, if we go to events, I can create a new message. I can. I can open messages. I see all of that there. I know I can go to this message just to make sure. There we go. And then all of that's there. Yeah, May 10th to 10th. Mother's Day. Weird. Okay. Well, either way, I added it back to the list. Oh, let's get a screenshot of it though. Okay. Perfect. So now I won't forget next time what I'm trying to do. All right. I can't test this. I can't test sending the message, and that's okay. Don't know why Vercel is rendering it like this. Let's just make sure if we open this that nothing is broken. We're all good. Safari is good as well. Perfect. All right. I think this is a great place to stop. We can call it quits. And the next time, I'm not sure if I'll do this next week or if I will work on the rhyming dictionary that I've been working on, but I'm going to give myself some time to think about that because I want to make sure that I'm feeling 100% better before I decide, are we going to continue doing this, which I do have some things I can do with, the date. I can do possibly kebab case for our media. There's some things I can do with the links, refactoring the whole project, honestly, and then working on categories. This is one of the projects that I would really enjoy doing like partial pre-rendering for, so that's an option as well. And I do need to look into privacy and cookie policies. So lots of stuff to do, but we did do a lot of good work here. So I'm gonna wrap this up by adding that to the bottom there, moving this out of the way, and saying thank you for joining. I'm glad that you got to hang out with me, take a brain break, of course. Hopefully you learned something. You got to see something that you wanted to work on, or at least you got to leave this feeling better about yourself and your own coding abilities, watching me struggle through my own projects. So looking forward to doing this again. If you enjoyed doing this, or if you enjoyed watching this, be sure to make sure that you're subscribed, like the content, share it with others. If you are watching on Twitch, don't forget to follow. If you don't follow me on Twitch yet, I do have Twitch, so you can follow me over there as well. But I think that covers it. Promotions. So yesterday I released my longest video that I've ever done scripted. It's all about doing a full authentication and authorization flow for a user, an auth-enabled collection that's not the default users collection. So that one was a lot of fun to do. Hopefully you enjoy it. Next week I talk about versions, drafts, and live preview. So that one's cool too. And I've been working on the form builder as well. That's coming out in 2 weeks. I'm gonna need to do an easier video in a couple of weeks because those have been so difficult to do. But they're gonna be worth it, I believe. Today I had a Tailwind video drop, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in Tailwind, and next week I will have another Tailwind video. But beyond that, I'm also going to start pulling in some NextJS content, so I'll have that coming out soon as well. But for now, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.